Hey, man, welcome back. Another episode, Apex Taping. We're going to talk about Travis Kelce and that old lady, Taylor Swift, and the whole relationship and why it's doomed from the start. And I don't know why he got himself into this. So I'm going to explain why Travis Kelce's and Taylor Swift's relationship is doomed and why your relationship is going to doom if it's similar to like him. See, let me explain something to you about guys. See, a lot of guys, they get into these relationships and they date a girl for like a long time, maybe like their college sweetheart, high school sweetheart, and they go on this long run, and then they kind of realize things are not working. You're getting problems. She's fighting. Everything's always going bad. Then they break up, and what the guys normally do after a breakup, there's two. Usually, guys go two phases. Either one, and both phases are really bad. Either one, they go on like on a pussy splurge, where they just go and they fuck everything they can possibly find to try to get over the pain of this last woman that they were with for this long period of time, or they run to a complete opposite woman that they had before. And so I imagine Kelce probably did both, and he kind of just stumbled upon Taylor Swift for some reason. And now these two are dating. She came to his football game. They made a big public spectacle about it, and they're coming out as boyfriend and girlfriend, which is kind of gay because I don't know why we're doing this at 30 years old. Like, look, there is no boyfriend girlfriend. There's only courting. You're either courting to marry somebody or you're just somebody you're just poking on. So you got to make a choice, guys. Like, stop being so wishy-washy. Either you're going to marry or you're just trying to poke. Either one's fine, but just be honest about what you're doing. And what I'm starting to notice, because I'm about that age of Travis Kelce, I've seen guys go through this so many times, and I coach guys, and I explain to them, listen, you got to find yourself. So many guys, they always want to blame the woman, like she was this and she was that and blah, 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 blah. And it gets annoying. Listen, and you know what I call that? It's not me syndrome, which a lot of guys go through. A lot of guys after a big breakup, they'll go through it's not me syndrome. It was her. She was maybe a black girl, and black girls do this. So I'm going to go date a Latina girl because Latinas are like this. And they go and they date the Latina girl, and the Latina girl ends up doing the same thing that the black girl did. And they say, oh, man, Latinas, man, they're all spicy and they're crazy. Let me go date a white girl. They go date a white girl, and the white girl does the same fucking thing. And you're like, oh, man, white girls are even, they're poison, blah, blah, blah. Let me go date an Asian girl, and then blah, 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 and so forth and so forth. And they keep running the same rigmarole over and over and over again. And what I want to explain to you guys is it's never the woman's fault. It's never the woman's fault. It's your fault. Man, I need you to take accountability for what happens in your relationships, because at the end of the day, you are the leader. And if you are not the leader of your relationship, then you're in a bad relationship, which means you're still in trouble because you should have been the leader. And if you're going to be the leader, you have to take responsibility for when the ship goes down. So if the relationship is not going the way you want it to go, that's on you. You can't blame her. Either get out the relationship or correct course. But so many guys start the relationship on a bad foot, and they never end up getting that chance to be able to correct course because they start off from a bad good go. And a lot of times, most of the time, guys end up in these bad situations because they start off lying. Really, like 99% of why relationships go bad is because the guy start off lying about what he really wanted in the beginning of the relationship. Like, and that's the one thing women do not accept. Women will not accept. Women will accept a lot of things from you. They'll accept cheating. They'll accept stealing money. They'll accept you drug dealing. They'll accept you killing people. They'll accept you robbing banks. They'll accept a lot of things, but they will not accept you lying to them because they just can't respect you because they're like, why are you lying to me? It just does, like, you just look like a coward. Because what is she gonna do to you? She can't beat you up. So why are you lying to the woman? You have all the power. You're the stronger and bigger one. Just be honest. The worst you can say is no. I don't want to do that. And the best thing can happen, she actually accepts what your terms are. And most of the time, you'll be surprised what a woman would accept. So Travis was probably lying to old girl, the black girlfriend he had, bullshitting, stringing her along like most of you guys do. Most guys string women along. And what happened was they broke up, and then Kelce was kind of looking around and surveying the land. And he's like, okay, I dated a regular girl. Well, how about I just go and I try and date a celebrity? So I don't know why, but he picked out Taylor Swift for some reason. And they started mingling, blah, blah, blah. He put it on the YouTube like a little kid. Because I think I saw some podcast, but he was out there talking about, yeah, me and T Swifty, blah, blah, blah. And so now she came out to the game. It was a big thing. They held hands, coming out the stadium. They drove all together, and they did some gay shit. But I can tell you inevitably this is going to crash out because football players are dumb. I don't know if most people are aware of this, but football players are really dumb. Really dumb, especially when it comes to women because they've been guarded and sheltered most of their career. And especially the superstars are the dumbest ones because they are like basically giant kids. They never learn how to do like actual real adult stuff because you're spending your time playing football. Everybody does everything for you. Like when you're a professional athlete, especially at the highest echelon, you really don't do anything besides like go to practice, study film, and go to game. Everything else gets taken care of for you. You got somebody that gets you a housing. You got somebody that takes care of your bills. You got somebody that takes care of your cars. You got somebody to take care of all the basic house things for you. And that's probably used to be his girlfriend. And they're basically like giant coddle kids. And then once they get out of football, they get introduced to reality. And most guys, they can't operate. And so anyway, Travis Kelce was probably just chilling and started dating his girl. And chances are he's like a kid. And then you got to think about Taylor Swift is probably a savage. She's 33, I believe. And I imagine she's been around the block quite a few times. Like, I imagine she has more man experience than Kelce does. They have woman experience. Because that's just the nature of the game. Like, a woman's always going to have more man experience. That's why it's always kind of more valuable for the guy to be older as opposed to younger. And that comes to, like, my second point, which is the age timelines don't really match up. So, like, one of the big problems I notice with guys when it comes to dating is, like, they'll see a beautiful woman and they'll like her and all this other stuff. But the timelines are not good. Like, right person, wrong time. And that's a huge thing because we have to really be truthful about what biologically is going on. Like, a woman at 33 compared to a man at 33 are two different entities. It's not the same thing. See, a woman at 33 is coming into the end of her fertility prime. Like, she's actually exiting out of fertility altogether. A man at 33 is finally starting to kind of figure it out and come into his own into maturity. And so a lot of times guys end up in these relationships where they're dating a girl the same age and she has different goals and things she wants to have on her timeline as opposed to what you want to have in your timeline. And one of the big problems that guys run into is they don't want to operate on the woman's timeline, but they don't want to lose her. And so that's a huge problem because something has to give. So Taylor Swift is on like either she doesn't want to, like, if she doesn't want to have kids, and Kelce doesn't want to have kids. Oh, this is a perfect situation, but biologically that's not going to really work that well because I imagine Kelce has another. I know he can have kids at 40 or 50 years old. Once his playing career is done, he might want to have a family and start a family. So let's say he retires at 36, 37, and he feels like having a family. Well, Taylor Swift is also 33, so she'll be 36, 37, and unless they're going to do some in vitro or something of that nature, they get a surrogate, she can't give him kids. So that's an issue. Or say she wants to have kids right now. That clock is ticking. Maybe he doesn't want to have kids yet. Maybe he wants to wait a little bit longer. So what's going to happen? At that point, you begin to have stress, and then that stress causes a breaking point, and a relationship usually bursts in flames. And a lot of guys, they usually fold to that pressure of having a family before they want to have a family. And that's why I imagine Travis is going to start going through. So if you see some rocky play going on later in the year or maybe next year, it's definitely because T Swift is putting that pressure on, like, we need to have a kid. And he might not want to. And then also you got to think about, is she going to really make a good mom? Like, being a mom is a very important, like, role, and being a wife is a very important role. She spent the last, 20, 15 years of her life being a singer, country music star, doing stadiums, showing up to modeling things. She hasn't been doing very mom things. And if she really was about being a mom or being a wife and a mother, she probably would have did already. And this is another problem that a lot of guys go through is, like, they try to wife up like career chicks. Not realizing that, I'm not saying that career women that want to be career girls, they can't not be career women, but a woman when she's 30 something years old and all she's been doing is doing career shit, she's not really cut out to be like the mothery type figure. And 99% of the time, they don't want to give up their career to be a mom. They don't want to make that sacrifice. They kind of want to do this power couple thing. So if you're a traditional man and, like, say you're a man of great means and you make a lot of money, unless you're like super worldly and all you care about is like the modern world and being some type of figure or modern figure type thing, like, you kind of want to have kids. You want to have a legacy. You want to play with your children. Like, that's the whole point of man working so hard to build his life, is so he can have like a family, so he can kick it with them, so he can spend his money on his family, so his family can have a good life. What's the point of fucking being rich for 60, 70 years and just run around by yourself? That's the fucking lonely existence. That's not what man is built for. So a lot of guys, they run to this issue when they deal with the career chick is like, are you going to give up your career? Or do I have to give up my career? What's going to be the fucking situation? Am I going to be a stay-at-home dad? Like, does he really want to be a stay-at-home dad? I don't know. That might be his thing. But most guys kind of want to keep their business going, have the mom stay at home, and operate in that way. So it's very interesting to see how this is going to work because they both have very demanding careers. So unless Taylor's going to just fall, like Taylor can actually kind of afford to just like follow him around, but is that really what she's going to do? Is just kind of drop her whole music thing and just follow Travis all around the country as he plays football? Or is Travis going to just retire and then follow her around, tour and shit like that? So it really comes down to like who's going to sacrifice what. And if I'm Travis, man, I'm not retiring because football is a finite like line. You can't go back and get your football career. Like you have to play the career out and then you retire. So unless you're going to just abruptly retire, chances are Taylor has to be the one that decides to like give up her stuff and then come join his life. But is that really what she's about? I don't really necessarily think so because she probably would have did it already. But maybe I don't know. Maybe the biological click is ticking and maybe she's willing to like jump into that realm of life. And last thing, this is also with guys. And a lot of guys, they have like low self-esteem. And a lot of guys try to use their identity is used. They try to wrap it up in their occupation, their status. And that's not really what a man is about. A man is about his principles, his ideology, his level of game and understanding life. And like when I say game, I don't mean like pickup artist bullshit, but I mean like the game of life, like knowledge, acquiring knowledge, wisdom, power. Man is he's attract people through his power. And one of the things common with football players is they don't really have a lot of power. They have money, they got a little bit of status, like, but no, most people don't know who football players are. Like if like just the average football player, if he walks into like a bar, nobody has any idea who he is. It's only like the top quarterbacks and shit that people actually know. And most of the people who do know that football players, who they are, they're typically dudes, like really fanatic dudes. Like your average woman has no idea what Travis Kelce is. Doesn't even know what a Travis Kelce is. They barely know what a Tom Brady is. Like they went to see Tom Brady wearing a jersey walking in. They probably wouldn't recognize him if they saw him walk into a building. So a lot of times football players have this very like a double-sided like ego where it's like they're very egotistical because they play football, they do this machismo thing, they're celebrated on the field, but outside the field they live a very like boring, nobody really gives a shit about your life because they don't really contribute much to society like that pushes humanity forward. Like an electrician has more value than Tom Brady does. Tom Brady's 5 Super Bowls does nothing for society. I mean, it's cool for him. I guess he gets inspiration to like kids. But me as a grown man, I don't look at Tom Brady's 5 Super Bowl rings or 6, whatever Super Bowl rings and go, man, that really makes my life better because Tom Brady has 6 rings. Like I'm going to aspire to be a better human being because Tom Brady won 6 rings and everything he went through to get those 6 rings. It's like grown men are just like, man, that's football, nigga. Like, okay, whatever. We got drunk at the game and enjoyed it. It doesn't mean anything to us. Like my kid, if I have a kid, my kid winning his like kids championship would be more important to me than Tom Brady winning fucking 6 Super Bowls. And that's the thing, like when you actually kind of get out of the football and the ESPN, all that shit, and you kind of really start living life, you got your own business, things like that. Football and things like that, they're kind of just like time fillers, time wasters. They don't really mean much to you in the grand scheme of life. And so what we find a lot of times with football players and athletes is that once their playing career is done, like women don't really stay with them. They kind of leave because they realize, oh my God, this guy's kind of lame. Like I was only with him because he was that guy during that time period. But outside of that, he's kind of like a lame. All he does is sit around and play Madden and bullshit around in his boxers and gym shorts. He doesn't really do anything. He's not really a masculine man. He just was doing something that was pretty high intense, but his masculinity in itself, which is like the constant progression of growing and building your mind, knowledge, and wisdom, there's not much to him. And so that's why I think Taylor would actually probably leave him because Taylor would then be bigger than Travis Kelce. And to be honest, to some degree, Taylor Swift is bigger than Travis Kelce. If we're going to be honest, if we're looking at like status and population, or status and populace, Taylor Swift outranks Travis. So Taylor Swift might actually be looking at Travis like her boy toy. But anyway, I just find it interesting. He's making a huge mistake. If I'm Travis Kelce, I go find like a college girl, like a freshman college girl, go pay for her school, teach her how to do like basket weave, and then knock her up and have like 7 or 8 kids and go about life. I wouldn't go get a country super music star. It's just not a very smart play long term. Like, I guess it's cool for now. He could say he fucked Taylor Swift and she'll make a song about him. But outside of that, it's just a poor play. But anyway, appreciate you guys for listening. Thanks, and I hope you got some game and some wisdom from it.